Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WFSO Aftermath. If you're watching live on Twitch, which we are on the new channel, is WFSO 2. So I know I gotta post that out there. Um, Also, posting live on Facebook and pre-recorded episodes on Facebook as well. Um, we're really gonna talk about the results of Bad Blood from last night. And we're gonna talk about the results of the Bucks and Pistons game. The first preseason game for them. And probably maybe a little bit of comic book news. So we're gonna get to those stories, and lo and behold, let's start with the results of Bad Blood. They actually, I guess the shocking thing is they actually started early. They did their pre-show at 4. And, 5 o'clock, ah, sorry about that. They started the main show at 5. So, kind of weird. And I'm thinking the reason they probably did that because of UFC. Although UFC wasn't in the same town as they were or anything like that, but yeah, they were. I guess that's what they did, and I guess they probably gonna do something like that from this point on. Just like start the like their PLE events early. So that could be what they're gonna be doing from now on, and kind of sucks that you got like a hour pre. They actually, it went down to an hour this time, so which is good. But they still should, add, like a match or something on the pre-show. And I guess they're going that philosophy, like less is more. I don't know. But of course, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, that was the. I thought that could have been the main event, but it kicked off the show. Which I'm a little bit surprised, and I can understand why. Especially by the result of this match. So y'all probably already know the results of the match. Brutal, bloody match, and probably one of the biggest, like, best Hell in a Cell matches that I ever had. Because it didn't involve nobody, falling from the cage or fighting outside the cell or whatever like that. Which is good. Just, nobody didn't have to, fall or anything like that. But yeah, it was pretty cool. A little bit some different things that happened. It was just good. It's like, using wrenches, using toolbox, using the steps. Yeah, it was just different, and both ended up being bloody and stuff like that. And I just like that one moment that, like, thing with Drew McIntyre when they were trying to wipe his face off. He's like, "Get away from me!" It's just like some people don't understand when, like, wrestlers get in the zone, they're in the zone. That's like you like going sorry, like playing basketball or any type of sport. When you're in the zone, you're in the zone. It'll take like one crazy person just to ruin it. But yeah, anyway, it was a good finish, good match all the way around. And of course CM Punk did win. Did the GTS to Drew with the chain around his knee, pin him 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I like, because the thing is, although this story may be over, but this was a very long feud. You know, just kind of, was that surprised by the feud, but a feud like that lasted through, months and months. That's something. And plus, made it interesting too. And I guess, that's what WWE is trying to do, like, make the story, more interesting as well. It's just like, the matches and stuff like that. So, which is fine. So, yeah. CM Punk did win. Then you got Nia Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship. One pet peeve that I had a problem with is like, Bayley kind of had Nia like in a powerbomb position, but they tried to do a fail Hurricanrana. Well, Nia Jax did a fail Hurricanrana. It didn't work. It's just like, alright, we know what's going on, but hey, let me say hi to everybody. Oh, you finally watched the documentary? What do you think about it? Yeah, they just just had finished watching the Mr. McMahon documentary, so, and you already know our thoughts about it, so if y'all get an opportunity, check out the our past videos, because we did like every episode on video, like the day it went out. So what was it? Not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. So when you get a chance, check it out. I didn't think he was that bad. Well, everybody gonna have their own opinion of Vince McMahon, and whether you like him or not, you can like respect for like what he has done for the wrestling business and made it mainstream. I'm trying to figure out what guy you talking about. That reminds you of that guy from Scientology. I can't even think of his name. I know who you're talking about, but I just can't think of his name. But overall with the match with Bayley and Nia, it was okay. And I like the twist and the turn that they did with the ending with Nav. Tiffany Stratton came in, ended up knocking Bayley down and stuff like that. Oh yeah, he did do his thing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the thing like, and I was surprised what Jax did. She did like a okay, they said like oh, that's when she tried that Hurricanrana that didn't work out, but got back up and did the belly suplex on Bayley. So it was a lot of interesting things that came out of Nia Jax's repertoire. So yeah, but like I said, the ending would Tiffany Stratton kind of interfere and nearly and was very close to cashing in the briefcase herself. I thought it was funny at that one moment that Nia just like sat up like looking at Tiffany like she was the Undertaker. It was just kind of funny. But yeah, it besides that one spot, it was a decent match, and of course Nia Jax still retained. So Bayley, she finally got a rematch, and it's like, what's next for Bayley? Like, and what's next for Nia? Like, and I guess what's going to happen is, but we'll get to that part in a minute. But it's going to be another challenger for Nia's belt. So we'll see how that goes. I'm surprised they had this match next. That would be Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. I wouldn't say that like the match had made Priest. I think like Damian Priest's title run kind of made him. So it's like although he was like good in the ring and stuff already, and like he was liked it, but he was starting to get more like that when he was champion. And after he was champion, it just all exploded for him, and like fan favorite and all that stuff. So that's pretty good for him. But overall, we kind of knew that interference was going to happen in this match. Although it was overwhelming for him, and I was thinking at one point maybe Jey Uso was going to assist him. But as y'all probably saw, Jey Uso was chilling in the VIP suite with his IC title, which he got to defend tomorrow. And I keep forgetting that they mentioned it too, like who he's gonna. Oh yeah, Xavier Woods. I don't know how I could forget that he's defending it against Xavier Woods. Unbelievable. But anyways, but yeah, a lot of interference was going on in this match, and it was just pretty cool. Yeah, Damian Priest ended up like defending for himself and end up winning the match. Right. I was just surprised with this Damian Priest and Finn Balor match ended up being the middle of the card, and I thought it'd be maybe I wouldn't say main event, but maybe I thought it would be like the match that probably would have kicked off the show. That's why I think that it could be, but it wasn't. So yeah, good for Damian Priest. So if y'all probably saw the press conference, he knows he's not going to be finished with Judgment Day, and Judgment Day is not finished with him. So I know he wants to move on to the next step to maybe get a rematch. But I think after Gunther's done with Sami Zayn, I just think that Damian Priest should be able to get his rematch. Okay, the big announcement from Triple H. So it was a title on the ring. I thought maybe it was like 2 titles or whatever the case may be. Like we just couldn't tell what they were, but it was like ended up being one like big title. And this announcement that Triple H had, after it was announced, everybody had like mixed reactions about it. But yeah, so what he said was, and y'all probably just reading it on the screen here from wrestlinginc.com. And for you guys that's just watching live, what he said was we're gonna have the WWE champion and the World Heavyweight champion face each other, and same thing for the women's champion and the women's world champion. I was like, oh no, don't tell me they're gonna combine the belts. And kind of explained it a little bit further, and that wasn't the case indeed. So like, okay, thank God for that. I'm glad it didn't come to that point. So both winners in the men and women division will be crowned the WWE Crown Jewel champion. And I think it's gonna be like a yearly thing, but okay, they didn't show a picture of it. I thought they would. And to be honest, it's not a bad looking belt. It really ain't a bad looking belt. Be like, yeah, I like it. So that happened, and Gunther came out and saying that, yeah, I'm gonna be the one to win it after I beat Sami Zayn, on Raw tomorrow. But he said Monday. But anyways, he called Goldberg his so-called claim to be favorite wrestler. I guess he like rubbed Goldberg the wrong way, and he was saying that I hope you are a better father than you were a wrestler. So the bad part was like Goldberg should have went off after he said it, not like 30, like 10, 20 seconds after he said it. So that's probably the only miscue that was bad on his part, and I was just like, what? So although they talk about Goldberg wanted his his last match, and why not have it against Gunter? So that's a possibility. And y'all saw the press conference. Triple H kind of said, when it came to like Goldberg having his last match, he just said never say never. So I'm thinking they probably gonna wait like later on for him to have a match. Maybe they'll probably have something for him at WrestleMania, have him face Gunter. Maybe Gunter will lose the title and probably have Goldberg and Gunter go one-on-one. There's a possibility. We'll see. But after all that, Sami Zayn ended up attacking Gunter and went back and forth. They broke it up and all that stuff. But yeah. Then now this match, which I understand why it was the semi-main event. Liv Morgan defended against Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's World Championship. And of course, Dominic Mysterio is trapped up in the cage. Oh yeah. I think, but since you just mentioned Goldberg, I think the issue was like they should have kept him undefeated. Because I think Kevin Nash was not the right person, to end his undefeated streak in WCW. I think if it was like somebody that was an up and comer, it's the same thing with the Undertaker. Like I think like Brock Lesnar should not be the one to end the streak. It should be somebody up and coming. You know what I mean? It was just something, but well, they kind of like done Goldberg good ever since his return, but like what was his last match? I think his last match was against Bobby Lashley, and that was it. So having him going against Gunter whenever they set that up will be interesting. So I think this match will be a little bit longer. If Gunter will be the one that had to take the charge. So I think it'll be good. I heard he was stiff and keeping him on the street for so long was a bad thing for the organization. Other wrestlers didn't like it. I think the wrestlers were very, very jealous of that. And I couldn't say that he was stiff enough for just me watching as a fan. It didn't look that way. But maybe, some people probably just saying that because they just didn't like him. Or it was just like one point they just couldn't, maybe figure out like but yeah, he was dominant. And because I was like in my teens like watching that and just thinking like I was just like so into it. So it just really didn't take that much of a thought. Be like, okay, can't you tell? I thought he was doing good, whatever, but it was pretty good. As for this match, it was interesting. It looked like Rhea was really like dominating the most of the match. And I think really like get like the match was good, but I think what got oh yeah, it was just all eyes on him. That's true. But probably the biggest moment when you started paying attention with the Ripley and Liv Morgan match. Not saying people wasn't, but it was just that part that suddenly Dominic Mysterio ended up picking the lock of the door, then trying to get down, then suddenly he hanging like a piñata. And Rhea Ripley like told the referee, I'll finish this, and let me do something first. So end up getting the kendo stick, end up beating the crap out of Dominic like a piñata, which was funny. Then out of nowhere, the return of Raquel Rodriguez. So, oh yeah, like there was rumors about her maybe returning, and like after like during like when she was like beating up Rhea Ripley, it's like, oh yeah, you can understand why because she has revenge on Rhea Ripley as well. So it's not that surprising. So they're gonna talk more about it when they show on Raw tomorrow. But it's just gonna be weird for it being like 2 hours now. This is gonna be weird. But
You'll be fine.
I'm not heartbroken about it, but I just think it's just gonna be weird, like them going back to 2 hours. Well, they don't know if they're gonna keep the 2 hours when they go to Netflix, because when they did the press conference interview with Triple H, he was like, "We'll see what they give us, and we just go from there." When he was talking about Netflix, so we'll see. Um, but yeah, the match ended up being with Rhea Ripley winning by disqualification, thanks to Raquel Rodriguez. Yep, interference, but of course, excuse me. Then Morgan, retained her title. Um, Down the main event, the Bloodline, Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa going against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. It was like a fast-paced match. It's like one of those matches that that was just like out there, like back and forth. It just kept going and going and going. So it was all good, but I think what I like that finally it happened, and I know it will finally like have people be like, yes, finally, Jimmy Uso returned to help out Roman Reigns. So they did their thing. I think it was Roman that ended up pinning Solo, I believe. I could be wrong. Win the match. End up Roman and Jimmy was going out their way. Then Cody was just like out in the ring, just sitting there, like kind of celebrating a little bit. Then the Bloodline started attacking them, and I think Jimmy was trying to be the voice of reason, but he was saying like, yeah, Cody's getting attacked. Whatever you want to do, I'm with you. So Roman was like, you know what, let's get him. So they helped out Cody. Which was pretty cool. Like maybe like a minute later after they was done scruffering, surprisingly, The Rock came out holding the People's Champion. Like I don't know why he's holding that belt. He ain't going to defend it. So just like why? Like why are you gonna hold the title if you're not going to defend it? So yeah, it was just weird. So he did the 1-3, then something else. Then he did there, and it ended from that note. But a couple of fans called on like some footage after that, where the Bloodline was just like hanging with the crowd, or whatever. Solo Sikoa said it's all part of the plan. So it's like, is The Rock gonna be running with them with the Bloodline, or are they trying to cause confusing or whatever you call it, like tensions against Rock and Roman Reigns, or whatever the case may be? We don't know. But it's like one of those things we're thinking that something's going to be set up that Roman Reigns is going to face The Rock, like maybe WrestleMania 41. So I know there's rumors out there about that, and that is a possibility. So maybe they starting to set that up. So why not? It's that time. It's kind of like that time for them. Start some storylines for that. After that, and there was another video that leaked. Kevin Owens was talking to Cody. Then, out of nowhere, Kevin Owens attacked Cody. So, we kind of know, like, the reasons, like, Cody ended up, with, having, Reigns back with the bloodline and stuff like that, and, Kevin Owens' issues with the bloodline, so they'll probably explain more about it this Friday on SmackDown, but we'll see. We will see. Like I said, this week will be interesting. Of course, like tomorrow with Raw, again with NXT on Tuesday in St. Louis, and at the same time, AEW is having Dynamite on Tuesday, call it Title Tuesday. So I'm thinking with AEW, all their titles probably will be on the line on that one. So that's my guess. So that means nothing's on Wednesday, so you guys can like have a break or whatever like that. Oh wow, above average all this. Yeah, all above average all this next week. Ain't that something? So the warming here in Milwaukee is not going to go away anytime soon. So still going to be warm here. Now, overall, this pay-per-view, I'm going to grade it. Then I'm going to rate it too. Alright, first, I'm going to rate it from 1 to 10. Like, I think I'm going to do something different next year. Like, starting with, like, wherever PLE event starts, like, in January. I'm going to start rating the matches. So that's what I'm going to start doing. Like, because normally, what I just do? I just, like, rate and grade the overall PLE event or pay-per-view. But I'm probably going to start doing that in January. But for now, we're just going to grade and rate the event itself. So, if y'all heard, like, there was like a couple of miscues and all that other stuff. So, with Bad Blood, which the Hell in a Cell match, I wouldn't give it a tie. So I say like the Hell in a Cell match was the match of the night, and number 2 behind that will be the women's World Championship match. So maybe the 2 big storylines that's on Raw end up winning the top 2 for match of the night. So but the overall grade of the PLE event from A to U, I would have to grade it like a B. Like I said, with the few miscues and I noticed some other few things that I was saying too. About after the the announcement, encounter between Goldberg and Gunter. So that's why I'm just gonna give it a. I'm gonna change that B plus. I give it a B plus for the PLE event, and by rating it from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it an 8. I thought I was gonna give it a 7 or like 7.5, but no, I'm gonna give it an 8 because I think Hell in a Cell, I think it really like deserves an 8. So that's just me. Okay, we're gonna end it from here, and we're gonna talk about tonight's game. I'm gonna do my thoughts and takes on it. So the first ever of the season of WFSO Bucks Talk. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. Well, Giannis didn't play this game, or Chris Middleton didn't play this game, but freaking Pat Connaughton starting along with Torian Prince, which I don't mind because he was just there because Giannis wasn't playing. So they kind of had like a different lineup. And the first quarter, it looked like it was working in the beginning. But as you can tell by everybody's minutes, everybody didn't play the whole minutes, and it kind of sucked that during the screen, Gary Trent Jr. got hurt, but it seems like his elbow was hurt, so it was hyperextended. He hyperextended his elbow, so it might gonna take a bit for him to come back. So he probably ain't gonna play like the rest of the preseason, but maybe he'll probably be back by the beginning of the season. That's a possibility, but I know they probably got to look at X-rays tomorrow and see what's going on with that, and maybe just being negative. He probably just need to just heal. So, like I said, it probably will take him maybe like a week or two for it to heal, maybe a little bit longer, but I think it's like a week or two. But we'll see. They was all like in the scoring trend, like Brooke was, Damian Lillard was, including Gary Trent Jr. hit a three. I think everybody and Bobby Portis ended up hitting the three. I think this is at one point that Bobby Portis ended up leading the team in scoring, and yes, he did. So we're gonna look at the stats, as y'all can see. Well, we're gonna look at the quarter scores first. So Milwaukee won the first quarter 39-28, which it seems like at one point it was end up being I think it was like 20-6. Then Detroit came back a little bit, and for that's how it happened. Low score in second quarter, but then again you saw like Doc was playing more of his bench. Well, it's just like I was saying about the bench, like they had to see like where they're at. So for you guys, don't get upset about that they playing the bench more. They just got to see where the bench at. So, and nothing wrong with that. And plus, some of the players didn't even play that many minutes, like bench wise, because they have to try everybody and go from there. We'll see. And I like a little bit of the defense in the around the rim, but I think what happened was it was like mostly Detroit was like doing like 3-point scoring and stuff like that. So that's how the paint, they was like guarding the paint. It was a little bit better than usual, but there were some points that Brook Lopez was still like getting passed by, and Palaziskis and Robbins, they were playing the backup, and although they did pretty good, but we will see. Let's see. So, second quarter, of course, Detroit won 32-19. Then third quarter, Detroit won again 31-21. Then the fourth quarter, that's bad. Only 8 points for the Bucks in the fourth quarter and 29 for Detroit. Which mainly some of the third quarter and all of the fourth quarter, Detroit just played their bench. Oh yeah, that's kind of saying something. So let's select the Buck status. Field goal, you got 30 out of 86 from the Bucks, with 30, might as well say 35% from the field. 3-point, I think the bench were trying to shoot a little bit too much, and the same thing with Brook. Like the same thing, like he's not like trying to post it. Like, you're a big guy, like you ain't gotta always shoot threes. You can also like try to take it in and post it. Like, I don't know what. I know he got slimmer and stuff like that, which is good, but you can take anybody on the post and should start doing that. Um, Anyways, 19 to 48 from three with about 40%, which is not too bad. But it was like mainly like most of that scoring in the first quarter. So not bad from the free throw line, 8 and 9, 89%. 10 offensive rebounds with a total of 46 rebounds. 20 assists. Probably got to do a little bit more better than passing too. But you know they pass it, but it's just like nobody don't make it. So 20 assists, 6 steals, and wow, 12 blocks. Yeah, the blocks are huge. So that's like one of the pet peeves that I did really like. That it was a block party. Just put it that way. But sadly, 24 turnovers. And it got that worse in the second half when the bench was mostly playing. So it was mainly like some of the bench players was just like making a lot of turnovers. Well, we will talk about that in a bit as well. So let's talk about Detroit. Um, a little bit better percentage than field goal shooting with 43 and 93 with 46.2%. From the three, they wasn't they were okay, but they wasn't good. 12 for 37 from three with 32.4%. Free throws is although they attempt more and it was not too bad. 22 26 from the free throw with 80, might as well say nearly 85%. And I think they out rebound the Bucks. Yeah, they did. 46 to yeah, and they did, and they out rebound them in offensive rebounds too with 12. So that's probably another thing they got to fix. But then again, Giannis wasn't playing, so that could be like a little bit of a difference. And yeah, they didn't play all their players either. Well, they didn't play all their players, but oh yeah, they did play some of their bench. I think they didn't play everybody like the Bucks did. So I guess you can't even blame on that. I think that's 31 assists, 14 steals, 9 blocks, and they did okay with the turnovers with 12. So not too bad. Now let's get with the player status. So here we go. So normally what we're gonna do if a player scored like 7 or more, we're gonna talk about it. Um, we start with Brook Lopez. Had like 8 points, although he only played like 15 minutes. But like I said, it's preseason, so 8 points, 2 blocks, not too bad. 2 turnovers, which is ridiculous. 2 steals. 4 rebounds. So yeah, in the beginning he was getting like a lot of defensive rebounds in the first quarter, so not too bad. 2 of 5 from three, which is okay. 3 of 6 from the field. Damian Lillard with 15 points. Yeah, 2 turnovers, but that's gonna happen, especially with point guard. 1 steal. He got a steal. So all y'all can stop saying he doesn't play defense. Anyways, 1 steal, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Perfect from the free throw line, just 1-1. Not too bad, 4 of 6 from three, and 5 of 10 from the field. I'm gonna be shocked to say this, but Pat Connaughton with 7 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 of 2 from three, and 3 of 4 from the field. Like I said, I hope Gary Trent don't be out too soon. So we'll see. And we'll go to the bench. Only player, well, there's few players that worth talking about. So, yeah, Bobby Portis with 16 points, 3 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 rebound, uh, 2 of 2 from the free throw, 4 of 5 from three. Sorry about that. So not too bad for him shooting threes, and 5 of 7 from the field. So that's something you want to see. And they claim that he muscled up too. So cool. My job, Beauchamp. I'm not gonna talk about him. Chris Livingston did okay, but get his foot in, start to score more. Tyler Smith was okay. Paniskis, I'm not gonna botch his first name. I think he had a block, did he? Oh no, he didn't. Okay. But Liam Robbins had a block. He had 3 of them. So I wouldn't be surprised if Robbins keep doing good and Paniskis end up doing lousy. They might release Paniskis on the 2-way contract and probably sign Liam Robbins to a 2-way contract, and we'll see. Deron Wright had 8 points, 1 block, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound. Perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw, 2 of 5 from 3, and 2 of 5 from the field. And everybody else, yeah. AJ Green had an off night. Andre Jackson Jr., he did fine. He had 7 rebounds, so they can get their rebounds from him. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the next game they're gonna, because I know they play. I know they're gonna eventually play Memphis, and Dallas. Memphis and Dallas. I know they're gonna play on the road too. So I can't remember what the next game was with that. But let me see. Let's go to October 7th. And cannot go farther than that. But like I said, I don't know if any of their games are gonna be televised, but that NBA. Go to NBA.com, and that would probably help out. Let's see. We saw Monday, so let's see Tuesday. Okay, nothing for Milwaukee Tuesday. And nothing for them Wednesday. So most likely the next preseason game for the Bucks would be Thursday, going against the Los Angeles Lakers. We won't be able to show that one because we will be there to watch the game. Which I'm happy about. I can't afford to go to any other Lakers game in the season, but hey, if we can get them in the preseason game, why not? So there's a lot of times I've seen LeBron James play from work, me working at the Bradley Center and all that stuff, and I can finally actually get to watch him play instead of just while I work there, I don't get to watch him. So yeah, very interesting. But yeah, their upcoming regular season games as you see on here. So the very first game, the Bucks face the Pistons, will be November 13th. Then they got them again in Detroit, December 3rd. Then kind of like back to back with them facing each other April 11th, and of course the final game of the season for the Bucks will be against the Pistons. Will be at home, so they get like a home game of the last home game of the season will be their final game of the season. So I'm glad they got that one at least. So yeah, pretty cool. Um, okay, let's move on from this. We're gonna move on to like a little bit of comic book news before we end the show. So I think this is results. I didn't see yesterday's numbers of Joker 2, but we will talk about their numbers. So apparently they might have broken even for how much they put into this movie to compare to how much to spend. But oh no, this is actually wait a minute. Okay, so Sunday's numbers are not in yet, so I apologize about that. That'll probably be something in a different video we'll talk about tomorrow for their for Sunday's numbers. So globally right now it seems like from this morning it was end up being 121 million globally. Overseas top expected range, but audience clearly not gaga over the sequel. So maybe they'll say how much it was. Oh wow. International box office. Yeah, they end up making 81 million. So yeah, I gotta add something. So let's see. 121 minus 81. So carry 1. 0, 8, 6. Wait. 12.